Do certain jobs like police enforcement and prison guard attract people with certain kind of personality traits, or do these jobs bring out certain personality traits in all people?
That is what famous psychologists Philip Zimbardo and his associates Craig Hanley, Curtis Banks, and David Jav tried to figure out.
So they staged an experiment to try and figure this out. First, the researchers placed ads on local papers near Stanford University in Palo Alto, California, offering $15 per day for individuals to volunteer to participate in a research study about prison life. To ensure participants gave informed consent, volunteers were told about the general nature of the study, and during the study they might experience some violations of their personal privacy and civil rights, and that the food they would receive might be minimal, although it would meet their basic nutritional needs. They all agreed to these provisions. After extensive testing to screen out anyone with psychological problems or criminal background, the 24 most identical men were selected, then divided up into two groups of prisoners and prison guards. These 24 men were put into a prison where the prison guards had all the power. The prison guards could work 8-hour shifts and go home to their regular lives after they were done, while the prisoners had to stay there for 24 hours. The prisoners were also given uniform consisting of dress-like smock, each with different 4-digit number. These numbers would become prisoners' names for the duration of the study. Rubber sandals, a nylon stocking to wear over his hair at all times to stimulate head shaving, which occurs in most real prisons, and a chain wrapped around his ankle and padlocked. This was not attached to anything, but was intended to serve as a reminder of prisoner status. Zimbardo pointed out that although these procedures varied from actual real-life prison procedures, the idea behind them was to stimulate the humiliation, repression, and entrapment inmates experience routinely in real prisons. The prisoners were assigned 3 to each small cell. Each inmate had a cot with thin mattress and 1 blanket. The 3 cots filled the space, and there was virtually no extra room in the small cells. The experimenters then sat back and observed the results of the study, which were alarming. In a very small amount of time, the prisoners lost their true identities and instead started to play the roles that they were assigned. The prison guards were becoming more violent and deliberately trying to humiliate the prisoners, who, even though they could have quitted the study at any time, asked to be paroled or be released. But when they were denied release, they just returned to their cells, dejected but still obedient. Some later became depressed and had to be released from the study early. The study got so out of control they had to stop the experiment early. The settings at the study in Stanford are not that uncommon. These same conditions are created in many other prisons, and the resulting reactions are very similar. The most famous of these cases is the prison of Abu Ghraib, where normal citizens that don't have any previous record of violence or crime were put in charge of prisoners who they believed were cause of grief of many close to them. The usually reasonable prison guards tortured the prisoners in ways that they usually could never bring themselves to. The experiment and the incident at Abu Ghraib prove that there is more to human behavior than our personalities, and that the surrounding environment has a lot to do with our actions.